Hi guys, it's that time of week again. You know what time it is, book review week. This week we're doing Owen Jones, The Establishment, subtitle, and How They Get Away With It. Now you'll forgive me if my copy of this book is a little tattered. It is 4 years old. I actually read this when my wife was in labour with her little boy. He's now 4. But Owen Jones, if you don't know who he is, he's a Guardian columnist, political speaker. Sometimes he strikes me as a bit pretentious, middle class type arrogant. But in this book, he details quite well the fraudulent way and the manipulative way in which the political establishment achieves its ends and achieves its aims, and what it actually does, how it actually works. This was the book for me that really opened my eyes to lobbying, to media manipulation, and all that kind of thing. So he details things such as the Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron, meeting Rupert Murdoch to discuss, like, informal meeting, a lunch or a dinner, where they would inevitably discuss media coverage of certain subjects and tax breaks and things like that. And he sort of details this, and he details how it's all different. I'll read you the chapters, actually. Different subjects that he covers. So you've got introduction, you've got the Outriders, Westminster Cartel, Mediocrity, The Boys in Blue, Scrounging Off the State, Tycoons and Tax Dodgers, Masters of the University, Illusion of Sovereignty, and Conclusion. So he describes the Boys in Blue being obviously the police and how they get away with brutality and systematic racism and generally keeping the poor downtrodden. Scrounging Off the State is an interesting chapter because in that he details how we have this attitude towards benefit claimants, towards people on benefits as scroungers, and how the media actually makes up some stories. He actually details in that chapter, believers in that chapter, how one journalist who used to work for the Daily Star actually come out and said he was camped outside a big house where he was told Somalians were living there off the taxpayers' funds and all this. And no one came out of the house. Nobody came in or out. The whole time he was there for about a week. And eventually his editor told him to say that someone had come out of the house and say, I'll take what I can get. If they give me a bigger house, I'll take it. So they outright lie. He actually details that in the book, Scrounging Off the State. And then chapter 6, Tycoons and Tax Dodgers, ties in nicely with that chapter 5, Scrounging Off the State, because it details tycoons and big corporations and big companies and how they're dodging tax and how they're using their power, their money, to get their way and get the fact that they put so much money into the economy to get away with tax dodging and all these illegal practices, borderline legal practices, such as manipulating the working class and keeping them, underpaid, underappreciated, worked like donkeys, etc. Mediocrity again details media bias and media coverage and how they meet with senior politicians and discuss an agenda and discuss tax breaks in return for covering, say, asylum seekers, etc., etc. All that kind of thing. So it's very interesting to read. I would definitely recommend you go and read it. This was arguably the book that I was already dabbling in socialism 4 years ago when I read this. This was arguably the book that sucked me in. So as much as sometimes I dislike Owen Jones quite a lot because he strikes me a bit whiny, a bit condescending, a bit, preppy boy type arrogance. And that grates me as a working class boy. That really grates me sometimes because you're not meant to be peddling socialism to the working class while looking down on the working class. So if someone on the working class is right-wing, racist, xenophobic, you're meant to try to understand where that xenophobia is based, understand where it comes from. And he does try, to his credit, he does try to sort of dabble in that a little bit in this book, but he doesn't go deep enough. So that was very interesting to read. Owen Jones, The Establishment and How to Get Away with It. Definitely worth a read if you're divulging into socialism for the first time. Thanks for watching. I shall see you in the next video.